Hey, Frank here. Welcome to Springer's Adventure. So, a little bit of a different project today. I'm hoping this helps some people out. Have an issue with the window cranks and door cranks on the old 52. This isn't the first time I've had this issue. These repop handles that you buy from the parts depots and places online or in your local town or on eBay or on Amazon or wherever you find them at, they're junk. They're bad pot metal. I've heard other people complain about it. I've read people online, so they just don't last. Seen some other people talk about drilling things out, so I figure we're going to give it a shot. I'm going to try to do it step by step. Hopefully this helps you guys out. If it does, that's great. As usual, don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and hey, we'll catch you out there when we're fixing this thing. Hold on a second. So as you can tell, I mean, the threads are they're halfway decent on there, but the only thing to hold on the handle onto there is that little groove right there. And like I said, the aftermarket ones that they're selling now at all the parts stores, these handles, the metal on them are just so bad. The teeth that actually attach to those teeth, they don't last. They just wear right out. So my thought is, right in here, is to drill a hole. So instead of the screw just coming in there and resting against that area, it'll actually go down into it. I've read a lot of that online, so that's what we're going to try to do and see if we can't keep these handles, because like I said, they don't last. The pot metal just wears right out, so thick. So anyways, let's go get see if we can't get a center punch, get something started right there and get the drills out. All right, take a trusty hammer, get a little center punch here and see if we can't get a mark on there. Get it ready for the drill. All right, just gonna try to place it right there in the center and give it a couple of smacks and see if we can't put a little divot down there to be able to get our drill bit started. All right, look, we had some success there. So got a little mark on there, a little divot down in there. Let's go grab a drill and start drilling. All right, well, that didn't take too long. Got that hole drilled right through there. So let's go in and see if we can find a set screw or somehow to go through the handle that'll go down there and lock it into place. So as you can tell, if you kind of look down in there, I know it's kind of hard to see, but the separations there, they go against the actual shaft coming out from the window crank and stuff like that. They're just terrible. And like I said, this pot metal, even though it's a nice little chrome job and everything on there, these things just don't last. This is like the second set I've been on there in a couple of years. It's just very cheap pot metal. So what I'm going to do is, there is a threaded hole that comes with a bolt that had there from the factory, or I should say from when I bought them, but very chintzy little screw that they had down in there. So I'm going to see if I can't find something the right size, possibly thread it out. We know we want it to come down probably at least a quarter to halfway down into there, so it'll lock into that shaft. Let me see what we can find. So looks like it was a 1/4 inch bolt that went down in there. So 1/4 inch coarse thread. So I got one, came down probably about that far into it, probably about halfway into that. And what I did is I just took it to the grinder, or if you have a lathe, and just turned that down a little bit to make it a point where we'll go into that hole that I just drilled in the shaft. So let me put this back together and see how it goes on. So you can see with that bolt ran all the way down into the handle there, sticks about almost halfway into that shaft. I think that'll really do it good. So let me back that back out, line it up and get it on there. All right, so anyways, you can see I backed the thread, or backed the screw out there on that. Gonna put that in there and try to locate that screw into that hole. We'll tighten it down here. All right, as you can tell, went ahead and screwed right down into that hole there. So nice. Window goes up and down nice and easily now. I also did the same thing to the one here. This is the actual handle that opens, closes the door, so I went ahead and did one there as well. So I just thought this was kind of interesting. I'm just going to throw this out there. It has nothing to do with what we're doing today. This is one of the aftermarket ones that I've had on there for a couple years. Even has a part number CDI 1DH-47. I can't even remember where I got these at. Either got them off of eBay, got them at one of the car shows. Guy was selling brand new parts. And like I said, You know, the chrome finish and everything on them was, you know, pretty decent. It's held up fine. But like I said, it's just the threads down inside there, or the actual, like the teeth, they go onto the teeth on the shaft. But what's something I just happened to notice when I took it off, and I don't have any original ones to compare it, but this can't be right. So look how far off center that hole is in the way that thing was cast. Now, if I'm looking at this and the handle horizontal there, wouldn't you think that would be in the center of that strength-wise? And then when it goes in, just asking, anybody has an original one out there? Is the original one look like that? Or is this just another bad casting of aftermarket parts that we're getting out there? Something to ponder about. Let me know in the comments below. All right, so and then let's get back to working on this thing. Anyways, I hope this helps people out. Like I said, if you got a you know, late 40s, early 50s Chevy truck that has that style on there like that, and like I said, I've talked to a bunch of people. I've read online. Everybody's having the same problem I was having. These things just do not last. They're junk, unfortunately. They're just bad castings or bad pot metal. I'm not sure what it is, but it's just, they just don't last. The grooves in there, they're supposed to grab onto the grooves on the stud coming out of them there. They just don't. The hard metal on the original window cranks and door handles from the truck, they just grind out this pot metal that's inside there. So, and a little bit of screw that holds on to that little bit of a indentation right there, it just doesn't do enough to hold it in place before it slides out. So anyways, heard some people talking about that. I figured I'd give it a shot. I haven't seen anybody do that. So if you're having the same issues, I hope this helps out. Thanks so much. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and hey, catch you out here when I'm wrenching on something. See you guys.